Welcome back. I have a question for you. I want you to really think about this. What is a creator who doesn't actually know how to create? We often forget that we are creators at our core. We have the power to build, but also the power to destroy. Consumption is a natural human trait, but it was never meant to be a full-time job. When you spend every day just taking in information, you eventually stop moving forward. You become stagnant. You start living in a version of reality that isn't even yours. It's like you're watching a movie of someone else's life, while your own sits on the shelf, waiting for you to pick it back up. It pulls you into what I call a content coma. You've stuffed your brain with so much noise that you've lost the drive to actually do anything. You aren't processing or comprehending. You're just mindlessly swallowing information. If you're here, you're likely just trying to find a way to break that loop. It's heavy, isn't it? That constant pull to just keep scrolling, to keep watching other people live their lives, while yours stays on pause. But the moment you acknowledge that you're stuck is the moment you start to get free. It's okay to admit that you've been consuming more than you've been outputting. We all do it. The trick is realizing when to stop. This is day 2 of my documentation journey, my way of staying accountable. You'll see some gaming clips in the background while I talk through these ideas. Creating is our work. It's what we're meant to do. It's the act of putting something out there that wasn't there before, and that is a muscle that needs to be trained every single day. If you don't use it, you lose it. Sometimes just showing up and doing the thing, even when you don't have a plan, is the most creative act you can perform. For me, I've started to look at this through 4 specific keys: visuals, visualization, execution, and film study. These aren't just for basketball or for life. They are the blueprint for how I'm getting out of that coma. It starts with visuals. Everything is a visual. How you see your day, how you see your space, how you see yourself in the mirror, that's the foundation. If the visual in your head is stuck, that's exactly what you're going to be. Then there's visualization. I spend time every morning just closing my eyes and seeing myself doing the work, not just dreaming about the result, but seeing the actual process. Because if you can't see yourself doing it, you'll never actually do it. And that leads to execution. This is the part most of us are scared of. We want the edit to be perfect, the lighting to be right, the script to be flawless. But execution is just about moving. It's about putting the piece together, even if it's messy. Finally, there is film study. This is what I'm doing right now. I'm looking back at my own footage, my own life, and analyzing what worked and what didn't. You have to be willing to look at your own mistakes and not take it personally. That's how you get better. That's how you grow. The world wants you to forget that you are the architect of your own mental state. Reality is just a layer of your own perception. You have to ask yourself, is the information I'm digesting actually true? Or is it just a reflection of how I feel right now? You were born to create, so take a moment to breathe. Just stop. Look at the world for what it is, not what the screen tells you it is. Feel your feet on the floor. Get back into your own body for a second. Back to that question, what is a creator who doesn't create? It's a mimic. It's someone who has the ability to build, but can only mirror what they've already seen. Nobody really creates from nothing anymore. We see, we copy, and then we evolve. Think of traditional blacksmiths. They didn't always get paid, but they spent their time watching and copying the masters to learn the craft. That's how humans have evolved for so long, just copying. It's the foundation. It's how we learn the rules of the game. But we have to talk about what happens when you stop there. Most people get stuck in the mimicry phase. They copy the style, they copy the cadence, they copy the life, but they never put themselves into it. They become an echo chamber. And that's where the stagnation really sets in. You lose the nuance of your own voice because you're too busy trying to replicate someone else's success. I feel like what makes someone truly dangerous, in a good way, is the ability to create from your own subconscious. It's that shift from just copying what you see to using your own unique perspective to build something new. It's about taking those inputs and letting them filter through your own experiences until something original comes out on the other side. It won't be perfect, and honestly, it shouldn't be. Perfection is the enemy of creation. When you create from your subconscious, you're letting go of the need for validation. You're letting go of the need to look like everyone else. Stop being just a mimic. Your purpose isn't to simply replicate others. It is to create from within yourself. That is where the magic happens. That is where you stop being a consumer and start being the one who shapes the world around you. And think about the people who inspired you. They didn't start by being you. They started by being themselves. You have that same capacity. It's just sitting there, waiting for you to stop the noise and start the process. It's about taking ownership. It's about realizing that you don't need permission to start. You don't need the perfect setup, the perfect lighting, or the perfect plan. You just need to show up and be honest with yourself about what you're trying to build. You have thoughts that no one else has. You have a perspective that is entirely your own. Why hide that behind someone else's filter? Think about how much energy you spend just trying to fit into a mold that wasn't built for you. Every time you try to be someone else, you're wasting the potential of who you could be. It's like having a high-end engine and never shifting out of first gear. You have to push. You have to be willing to be a little messy, a little wrong, and a lot more authentic. Take a moment to look at your surroundings. Notice the details you usually ignore. That observation is your data. That feeling is your inspiration. You aren't just an observer of life. You are a participant. Your contribution matters, even if it's small. Even if it's just a thought you share, a video you make, or a conversation you hold. Before you go, call your mom, your brother, your sister. Reach out to the people you love and tell them you love them. Take a deep breath. You are alive, and that's a rare thing to be able to say. I'll see you in the next one. I have a lot of thoughts, and I think I'll just use this space to talk through them. See you soon.